On this, I'm gonna tell you another dude who's a funny dude, but he ain't no slouch to the game. Snoop Dogg's father.
Mm.
Snoop Daddy, I believe, was in Vietnam, and he used to come up to Vibe TV a lot. I forget his name, but he seen Jesse Jackson one day. And I guess him and Jesse used to toss them brawls up back in the days. So he seen Jesse at Vibe. He was like, Jesse was coming in all presidential. And then Snoop Dad was like, Jesse, man, my nigga, what's going on? And Jesse was trying to act all formal and shit. He was like, my nigga, what's going on, man? Woo doo. They're talking about them bitches they tossed up and some more shit. And I'll never forget that, man. But Snoop's dad, you would never think he was Snoop's father if you met him. He's so cool, man. And then don't forget Big Pimpin'. I think Big Pimpin' rest in peace, right?
Yeah.
That dude was, man. And then his son, Lil Pimpin', I remember when he was a little boy. But Big Pimpin' used to write some poetry, man, that would make Shakespeare and Socrates look stupid. Remember, we got the Hood Picasso, which is brother Muhammad Mubarak, the painter. Then we had Joe Cool from Snoop's thing, who was another artist extraordinaire. Then we had rest in peace. Then we had what's that gentleman's name I just mentioned? Uh,
Muhammad Mubarak.
Mubarak. We had Joe Cool, and then we had another gentleman that was the poet, which was Big Pimpin'.
Big Pimpin'.
Yeah, he was poetically inclined, man, to write.
He was on the DPG albums.
Yeah, and then that one with the WBL balls or something.
Mhm.
But that dude was real smooth, man. And you know, Snoop's father, like I said, you would have never known he was his father. Like Snoop's mom, God bless her soul. And I'm not no fan of no rappers. I don't do personality worshiping, but I do acknowledgments. And his mom was super cool. I remember once we was going to shoot a video in New York, and we were shooting a New York, New York video. And I had on my big green jacket, kind of corduroys with the 5% of flag on the back with two or three other coats. I don't know what made me wear that because I assumed it was going to be cold. So we all went out there, Snoop, I think they went on private jets. Me and my brother Lil Cat, free Lil Cat, by the way, in the penitentiary, Big Cat's brother from 60s. That's my Conrad, helped me with the truce and a lot of stuff, man. That's my Conrad, man. And uh, we went out there. So we was in the trailer and um, they was passing around a blunt. But before we left, Daz's mom, God bless her soul, she was like, man, y'all need to change that Death Row title to something more godly. But, we didn't have no control over that. And that's the last thing she said before we went to New York. And then when we got there, Daz's mom used to sing gospel, I believe. So she had some gospel songs that she had us to play that gave to us, and they was playing them in the trailer. So we in there listening to the gospel song, but they banging though. They like bangers, right? They ain't your normal "We Shall Overcome" Jones. And the people come to the trailer. The line producer, Snoop, you up next. So Snoop didn't go out there real fast. I guess his scene was up next. But before that, we was in Times Square with the lowriders, and the lowriders wouldn't start because it was so cold. The engines wasn't used to that. So we was in there, and it was freezing, man. So then somebody went on the radio and said that the dog pound and something was out on the was in New York doing New York, New York, big city of dreams. So we in the trailer, they calling Snoop to come out. And then when Snoop's supposed to come out, he didn't come out. We steady hitting the weed. So we in a circle. So the weed keep going past me. I'm like, okay. Back then he just went in a circle with the weed.
Yeah.
So they kept doing their thing with it. And then when I did something, and all of a sudden we heard bap, bap, bap. We was like, what the fuck is that? Because the train went by. The moral of the story is we don't know who. They try to say it was Biggie, but his crew, of course, if you're in New York, it's got something to do with New York. But I wasn't there to see who shot. But they lit our trailer up, man, with bullets. And guess who the only one that got shot?
You?
Stand still, don't move. It's crazy because when I thought about it later on, I kept trying to figure out like why did God have me wear that jacket? And it explains it. Why you have me wear that jacket? And it explained it why. Because that jacket that I had on, the 3 layers, is what saved me. Is what saved me. So that jacket saved my life. So when they shot, we all hit the ground And I guess Snoop's security team, Brother Malik and them, God bless their soul, they had a technique in which they would have Snoop, get on the ground and whatnot until the shooting stuff was over, man. And it was crazy. They left on private jets, and then me and Lil Cat stayed there. He knew some females in New York, and we stayed in New York. But I was scared to death though, and I'm a New Yorker. But Biggie and them had them snipers shoot through that trailer, and it was going through there like candy, man, like poof,
You
poof,
were-
poof.
and you really feel it was like the vibe was that?
Repeat that question.
I mean, y'all all felt it was Biggie.
I'm not gonna say that, man. I mean, that's one of them podcaster questions, man. I ain't finna ask no stupid ass questions like that. I don't know why y'all be asking that's like that. Talking to the police saying, "Oh yeah, it was Biggie." No, I don't know who it was. I didn't see the nigga that was shooting. All I know
Right.
was somebody gunned it down and I got popped and the bullet didn't penetrate because I had on them 3 jackets. You know how I am about them podcaster questions. Don't take it personal, man. Podcaster questions is a motherfucker though.
So you was the only one to get hit.
I'm the only one to get hit. I said to myself, I was gonna die in my own hometown.
Damn. And then, but Pac wasn't there. That was
No,
just
I
Dog
was
Pound and Snoop, right?
Dog, it was all this dog pound thing. Nate Dogg was there and some more shit.
Damn.
Sit, Gage.
So, and then after that happened, y'all just they just all flew back to L.A. or they
Doug put all them dudes on private jets and they got up out of there fast. He put them all on private jets, every last one of them. And all the people that came, like the little help like us, I think he had us either on commercial planes. But he got us there and back. They had us with rooms and everything.
Damn. That's dope.
Yeah, that was dope.
And what was your assignment for being
I was
there?
just riding with Snoop and him. He used to take a lot of us out of town on his little thing. Plus, they probably needed some Cali look for the videos.
Yeah.
And Nate Dogg, rest in peace, he was alive then. I can remember when Nate Dogg had that robbery, and I was a news reporter for Fox 11 News, and they was trying to say he had robbed some Taco Bells, and I was like, "What? Taco Bells?" I was like, "Man, dude, this dude is a big star." I don't know what the situation was with it, but it's a true story. And I told Nate, I said, "Nah, this is what you do." Snoop had just got a Rolls Royce. I was like, "Look, get Snoop's Rolls." It was in front of the studio. I said, "Stand in front of that Rolls. I'm gonna interview you, and I'm gonna say this to you. I'm gonna say, man, I ain't got to, what I told him to say, I ain't got to rob no Taco Bell. I'm riding Rolls Royce." And he's standing in front of the Rolls. And then a week or two later, he went to court, and I believe he beat it, man. But I was trying to give the image like, dude, you ain't got to, you Nate Dogg, how you gonna rob a Taco Bell? And how they even mistaking you to be the person to rob Taco Bell? But there's another side of that equation that I don't speak on because I'm unsure of on why they thought it was him. But I helped him out. He was doing that song back then, Never Leave Me Alone. It was on Fox 11 News, straight from the streets. You can probably catch it on Upfront Productions if you want.
Wow.